everyone. Today we are going to see polynomials chapter and welcome back to my channel. So polynomials chapter is one of the main topics in our NCERT curriculum. In this chapter we will learn many things. First we are going to see the basic definition. So let us say that we have an equation, a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c. This is the basic form of a quadratic equation. So in this, if we see ax square, bx and c, these are all terms. A is the coefficient of x square. Coefficient means the number which is multiplied to the variable. And c in this equation denotes the constant term. Next, what we are going to see is how many types of polynomials do we have. So there are basically 4 types of polynomials. The first one is monomial. We can get from its name only that mono. Mono means single. So it will have only one terms like 3x, 5y, etc. Then binomial. So as you can see here, binomial. So bi is the thing which can tell us that it has two terms like 2x plus 10y, etc. The next thing which we have is a trinomial. So from the word tri we can get that there are 3 terms. And the last one we have is a polynomial. Poly means multiple or many. So when it is a polynomial, if there are more than 3 terms, Now we are going to see the degree of a polynomial. A polynomial has degrees. Degree is the highest power of the variable. For example, there is an equation x square plus 10x plus 20. So this is a polynomial because it has 3 or more than 3 terms. Then the degree will be highest power of x. It will be in linear variables only. So its degree is 2. So there are basically 4 degrees of a polynomial. First one is a linear. So in linear we have degree as 1. Then second one is a quadratic. So in quadratic the degree is 2. Third one is cubic, in which the degree is 3. Fourth one is biquadratic. Its degree is 4. And the last one is polynomial, whose degree is more than 4. The next thing we see in polynomials is our constant polynomial and zero polynomial. So constant polynomial means that it is just a constant number or a term. Like we can say, if we say 5x, it doesn't come under constant polynomial. If we say a number like 89 or 94, these are constant polynomials and their degree is 0. And the last one which we are going to see, the type of polynomial, is a zero polynomial. Zero polynomial. So the degree of a zero polynomial is not defined. For suppose we take 0 into x to the power 100. So what will get? Anything multiplied to 0 is equal to 0. So they will get 0. We take any power x to the power infinity also will get 0. So we cannot define that what is the power of the variable, highest power. That's why its degree is not defined. So the next topic which we are going to see is zeros of a polynomial. Zero polynomial and zeros of a polynomial are not same. Zeros means roots or solutions of the polynomial. So to find zeros of a polynomial, let us assume that x minus alpha and x minus beta are the zeros of polynomial of ax square plus bx plus c. So we can write alpha and beta are zeros of ax square plus bx plus c. Now if we expand this equation, so it is of the form identity x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus b of x plus ab. But here we have minus, so this will become x square minus a plus b of x plus ab. Because both the terms are negative, so product will be positive. And here we are adding them, so it will be negative. So if we expand it according to this identity, we will get x square minus a plus b of x plus ab. And now we are going to take a constant k. The value of k varies from equation to equation. So this is how we will get. Now if we multiply and expand this completely, so this will become kx square minus k times a plus b of x plus ab kab. So we will get this when we expand and multiply it with each term. So now we can see kx square and we will compare it with ax square plus bx plus c. So from where we can get k equal to a, since the coefficient of x square is k here and here it is a. So on comparing we get k equal to a. Now we have to find this. So now we need to find the value of b, and what we can see here that value of b is k into minus k into a plus b. So we will write minus k into a plus b is equal to b. From here we can get a plus b is equal to minus b by k. Minus is not in the denominator, and what the value of k here is minus b by a. So from here we can conclude that the sum of zeros of a quadratic polynomial is minus b by a. And similarly, if we have to find square minus k into a plus b of x plus kab is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. So if we have to find, now we have to find the value of c. So we can write c equal to KAB, we'll write KAB is equal to C. Now from here we get AB equal to C by K. So that we can write AB equal to C by A. So here is the product of roots of a quadratic polynomial. So at last what we get is, for a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, the sum of roots is minus b upon a, and the product of roots is c by a. So minus b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square. C is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x square. So the next thing we are seeing is the sum of roots, product of roots, and sum of two roots taken at a time of a cubic equation. For a cubic equation, cubic polynomial. For a cubic polynomial, the basic form is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. This is the basic form of a cubic equation. So in this, if we take alpha, beta and gamma are the three roots. This is alpha, beta and gamma. So when we want the sum of roots, it is same as quadratic equation. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus b by a. And there we had alpha plus beta, which was minus b by a. Then this alpha plus beta plus gamma, alpha into beta into gamma. The product of roots is d by a. That is the d is the constant term here upon the coefficient of x cube. It is same because in the quadratic equation c was the constant term. Then the sum of roots taken two at a time, that is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, is c by a. C is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x cube. And just one last concluding point, that if we take graph, this is x axis, this is y axis, y dash, x dash. If we take a graph for a linear polynomial, the equation will always be a parabola. Parabola means it is a curve, maybe upwards or downwards. It is of two types. And the last thing is that we can plot graph for a quadratic equation as well as linear equation, but it will take two lines. Suppose these two lines. Then if we talk about graphical representation of zeros of a polynomial, so in that we always take a linear polynomial. Suppose this is the graph how it came of our polynomial. So the number of times it is cutting the x-axis will be the number of zeros, that is 4. If the zeros are 4, then it is a biquadratic equation. If the zeros are 3, then it is a cubic. 2, it is a quadratic, and 1 is a linear. 1 is a linear equation, linear polynomial. So a linear polynomial has at most 1 zero, that is one solution. A quadratic polynomial has at most 2 zeros, that is two solutions. A cubic polynomial has at most 3 zeros, that is 3 solutions. And a biquadratic polynomial, or you can also call it a polynomial, because it is more than 3, it will be called as polynomial. So they have 4 solutions, and depending upon the degree can determine the number of solutions. तो अब हम लोग अपने चैप्टर के ऑलमोस्ट एंड कर दिए. पॉलिनोमियल चैप्टर हो गया, उसमें जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट था मैंने बता दिया. अब हम लोग एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ ट्रिग्नोमेट्री चैप्टर में देखेंगे. तो एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ ट्रिग्नोमेट्री जो चैप्टर है, उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट दो ही चीज़ है. पहला तो ये साइन कॉस के वैल्यूज फॉर स्पेसिफिक एंगल्स, एंड दिस इज अ स्मॉल ट्रिक विच इज यूज्ड वर्ल्ड वाइड टू रिमेंबर द साइन कॉस एंड टैन रेशियोज. And if you reciprocal this, you get the cot, sec and cosec ratios. So sin is P by H, cos is B by H and tan is P by B. So we remember this by Pandit Badri Prasad Har Har Bole. And then now we are going to write the values of all the trigonometric 6 trigonometric ratios with the help of some methods. So first we'll write numbers from 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we will divide each one by 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. So what we get here is 0, 1 by 4, 2 by 4, that is 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1. Now we are going to write the root of each one. Root, and root. So root 0 is 0. So we got the value of sin 0 as 0. Root of 1 by 4 will be 1 by 2. Root of 1 by 2 will be 1 by root 2. Root of 3 by 4 will be root 3 by 2. And root 1 is 1. So we got the sign values. So this was the main point. If we get the sign values, we can write all other values very easily. Cos is the reciprocal of sine, not reciprocal. If we write the values of sine 90 to 0, in cos we will get the values of cos. So 1, cos 0 is 1. Then root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 and 0. Because these two angles are complementary to each other. Now for tan we can write that sine by cos. So 0 by 1 is 0. 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. So we will get 1 by 2 into 2 by root 3. We will get 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3. Then 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2, we will get 1. Then root 3 by 2, root 3 by 2 into 2, we will get root 3. 1 by 0 not defined. And the next three are not so very important, but we will write. So it's just reciprocal. Reciprocal of 0 is not defined. Cot is the reciprocal of tan. Reciprocal of 1 by root 3 is root 3. Reciprocal of 1, 1. Root 3 is 1 by root 3. And if the reciprocal of 0 is not defined, so the reciprocal of not defined will be 0. Then sec is the reciprocal of cos. So reciprocal of 1 is 1. Then the reciprocal of root 3 by 2 is 2 by root 3. Reciprocal of 1 by root 2 is root 2. Reciprocal of 1 by 2 is 2. And reciprocal of 0 is not defined. Now cosec. Cosec is the reciprocal of sine. So reciprocal of 0 is not defined. Reciprocal of 1 by 2 is 2. Reciprocal of 1 by root 2 is root 2. Reciprocal of root 3 by 2 is 2 by root 3. And reciprocal of 1 is 1. So these are our 6 basic ratios of the basic trigonometric ratios for specific angles, that is 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. The last thing in applications of trigonometry is heights and distances. Heights and distances. So if a person is standing here at the top of the building, this is the ground, and if he is seeing down, then this angle, which we take as theta, this angle will be the angle of depression. If the same person is standing on the ground and it's looking at the top of the tower, then this angle which we take as theta will be angle of elevation. This is the perpendicular, this is the base, and this is the hypotenuse. So these were all the basics about applications of trigonometry and the polynomials chapter.